Welcome back. This is a homebrew video for you today, and we're going to make cider from store-bought apple juice, and we're going to flavour it up with some cherry slushy syrup. So, who's for cherry cider? Let's go. So, cherry turbo cider. This is the easiest cider you'll ever make. These apple juice I got out of my local Lidl. Take that for the that's going to be the thumbnail. So these are 1.5 litres each, and I've got 6 of them. I've already sanitised my brew bucket and the lid. Let's put that to the side for the moment. And we're just essentially going to empty these into the bucket here. I'm still debating the level of classical. I think about 500ml. See, I'm only 9 litres here. And the usual Mangrove Jack's yeast. So let's get into it. Let's get these into here and let's start this brew off. Get my knife at my sanitising bucket as well. Everything that touches your brew must have a wee run through with sanitizer. These have all been done prior to starting up here. I'm going to show you a wee tip here as well. Once you open the jar up, if you take your knife, once you pour it in, you'll hear it glugging, glug, 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 pretty slow, isn't it? Look at the speed of difference there. So there's some difference in speed once you actually let some air through the bottom of it. And I have got my black bag just at the back of me there, keep things tidy. And I'll put another one in for you to see that again. Superb. I'll carry on with the rest, and I'll see you back when we're ready for the classical. Now that all the apple juice is in the fermenting vessel, I'm going to measure up some of the classical slushy syrup. I'm going to go for 1/2 litre, and we'll get it in there, get it mixed, and it's adding yeast, and that's it, guys. It's absolute doddle. So let's measure this up. I'm going to go for 1/2 litre. Incidentally, this slushy syrup is well out of date as well. It's a few years out of date, so it's a bit of a hit and hope here. I've smelt it and it still smells very cherry-esque, so I'm going to assume it's okay. And you'll notice at the moment I haven't put any sugar into the mix either, because the apple juice should have enough sugar in it, and this is just pretty much pure sugar, isn't it? So, and because this is just out of my sanitised solution, I can dip it in there, give it a swirl about so we've got all that flavour. Finished with that. Now what I'm going to do now is get my paddle. I'm going to give this a mix around here to make sure it's all even, and then I'm going to get the hydrometer into it, just in case it does need sugar, but I don't think it will. So we've got, that makes it up to 10 litres volume now as well. So right, let's draw a sample of this, see how sweet we are. I'll put it up there and out. Okay, so I make that, if the thing will turn round for me, I make that 54. 54 1.054. All we have to do now, I'm happy with 1054. I'm happy with that. That should be 6.2% or so. Just move this back out the way of the tap here so I can push my chair back in. That should be about 6%, 6%, 5.5%, 6%. I'm just going to add the yeast now. It's just one pack. Shake it on top. And then just gently mix it in. Just gently mix it through so as it's all submerged. You don't really need to do that. So there we go, it's all in. And that is that. Only thing to do now is put the lid on, dry it off so as I can affix a little label. And we'll see this in about 5 days. Just what the setting temperature's at, it's 20 degrees. That's perfect. That's all the cartons were at room temperature. And I mean, this video's been running for what's that, 11 minutes or something. And I've already stopped and cut it bits and bobs too. It literally, shake the camera, it literally takes minutes. Fruit juice. We're just trying slushy syrup again. I don't think I've tried the cherry one yet. When you look back on my videos, you see the zombie, that was with blueberry. And obviously with the blue colour hitting the yellow apple juice, it turned green, so we called it zombie. So come back and join me again as this video continues, and we'll see it when fermentation's over. And I reckon it's probably going to be about 5 days. This is Friday, so I reckon by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, we'll be bottling this stuff. So, well, it's been a month and now it's time to taste the cherry cider. It's crystal clear in the bottle, seems very tight, so it must have a good carbonation in there, a wee bit of roundness on the top of the lid. So it's been about a month, so let's go with this. Jesus. How are we doing for... Why? Looks good. Let's get it right in the glass here. No messing about. A nice tint on the colour there. There we go. Let's get a close look at that. So this is about 4 weeks after. This is about 4 weeks. It's been bottled anyway. It took the 5 days to get bottled. When was it bottled? Did I put a date on it? No, it's on my records in there. So, just a recap of where we are here. 9 litres of apple juice, half litre of cherry syrup, slushy syrup, and Mangrove Jack's MO2 cider yeast. On closer inspection at the video of the hydrometer, it was actually 1056 the original gravity was, so the final gravity was 1.000, so right down to water, all 100% attenuation, all sugars was gone. Temperature was 20 degrees throughout, and ABV at the end up was 7.35, so quite strong stuff. And I says near the end of the first part, if I could have put all the rest of the syrup in, that would have just made it too strong, man. That'd have been up to about 8-9%. For something just sitting in the house, too strong. So, well, it's definitely got the cidery aroma. No cherry aroma, I must say, none. It's not a bland kind of normal apple juice as it would be. There is a bit of a fruitiness there, but it's not strong cherry at all. Let's go for a wee taste after this. It's a bit gassy, but it's only a bottle a month, but it's a fair bit of gas in there yet. Right, let's try this stuff. Oh, it's gassy. It's very dry. Not getting any cherry whatsoever there. I mean, it's not a bland cider, there is a flavour in that, but it's not cherry. Obviously that stuff is years out of date too, so the Classic Cool bottle, Classic Cool slushy syrup, that was a few years out of date, so I think that's lost a bit of its oomph, to be honest with you. But one thing that's missing, and I left this out purposely just to do a comparison, and I'll make it again. What do I always put in my wines and ciders to keep the sweetness at the end of the fermentation? Red berry tea bags. And that definitely could be done with some red berry tea bags, just to give that illusion at the end that it's sweet. The very berry tea bags do that. Fermented to dryness, but they've been brewed in 10, 20 red berry tea bags in the batch, and you think it's been back sweetened, very much so, and it's no sugar in it at all. So that's just a wee bit tartiness. For somebody who wasn't a homebrew cider drinker, might be a bit dry for them. And a bit, it's not bad. That yeast certainly helps as well. I've tried other yeast like years ago and getting to the right one where it does help retain a bit of flavour and sweetness when it is dry like that, and that Mangrove Jacks does that. But on this occasion, it just need a wee help from the 20 fruit tea bags. It's not bad. It would be, I could go with a few ice cubes in there. I'm just trying to picture what the actual flavour is. It is very appley as well. I was expecting a bit more on the fruity side, but as I say, that juice is, syrup's at least 3 years out of date, so I think it's done. I think that's done. Let's see if you can still see pretty hard to see through these lights. See how clear it is anyway. That's a good thing about cider. It ferments quick, clears quick turnaround, it's in the glass. Yeah, it's got a good wee movement happening there. So there we go, folks. And you've seen how long the first part of the initial putting it in the fermentation vessel was. It was 5 minutes. But I'm going to make it again, and I'm going to go back to my very berry tea bags, and we'll see the difference there. I have got cranberry juice left here, and I was going to make cranberry wine, but I'm going to, cranberry cider, but I'm going to instead make cranberry wine with it, and put the very berry tea bags in that. So there's plenty more tutorials to come, and it's so easy. And if you follow any of these and make them, let me know down below, comment, like and subscribe too, because it helps me a lot. Anyway, I'm going to give this a score. There's a wee bit of sweetness there, but not as anywhere near what I was expecting. So I'm going to give it a score. I'm going to go a 6.5 out of 10. And that's just because it could have been a lot sweeter than that with the tea bags. But I didn't put them in it just to see what this yeast would do without any extra help, and it's not bad. It is not bad. It's not bad at all. There we go. So like, the more I experience it, the more sweetness I can get out it. Maybe when it's not cherry in the slice, but isn't not cherry. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed this wee tutorial. That's how easy it is, folks. It is the easiest thing in the world, making cider like that. And I might do a wee review. If any of it lasts long enough to condition further in the bottles, I'll probably make another wee one or an update. But up until then, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and we'll get you back on the next one very soon. Cheers.